My ex ruined an 8-year relationship for a 4-month affair and now she regrets it. The first red flag is when I proposed to her August 22, 2020. We were on our 8-year anniversary, riding a Ferris wheel into the night sky, surrounded by stars and beautiful lights. She never gave me an answer. Not a no, not a yes, just silence. I thought she just had trouble processing what I did, but the truth was, there was something more dark going on that she was too cowardly to tell me. Fast forward to the end of November. When she told me that she needed to cover for a coworker whose family died and we wouldn't be able to spend her day off together, it was right after she was happily texting someone and hid her phone when I walked by. Weird as hell. Whoever she was talking to, she didn't want me to know, because I saw she was deleting texts right before she turned the phone away. I didn't announce my suspicion. I'm going to work tomorrow to cover for someone died in her family and she's never going to have the chance to go to the funeral if she misses it that day. I'll do laundry before that too. Understandable. She was going to have a busy day off, but the vibes warned me something was wrong. Then comes Wednesday, December 2, 2020. She packed up laundry and was super excited to leave the house. By love, I'm going to do laundry, then I'll head off to work. You can stay home. I insisted on going. She fought against it. But I know you don't like doing laundry. Why not just stay here? And I told her I wanted to help out. She didn't seem very pleased, but we left the house together. She stopped by a gas station to grab quarters, and she left her phone in the car with me while music played. Then she got a text that interrupted the music. I checked the phone, and I noticed another man's name. I quickly opened up the message log, and I read her last message. I'm really sorry, but I can't have sex with you today. Kyle came with me to do laundry, and is in the way. I think he suspects something. I went livid when she came back. She realized she was caught. She sat in the driver's seat saying absolutely nothing, while my unbridled fury erupted at the discovery. I began smashing the dashboard. I took my box of drive-through chicken and smashed it as well. I cussed, I called her a traitorous backstabbing cheating cunt, I yelled fuck you at her, I told her I hated her. I flipped her off to her face, and stormed away, yelling at her I hope he was fucking worth it as I slammed the door as hard as I could. I sent hateful angry texts to her. I have never done that before. It's the first time I ever told someone that I loved that they were a cunt. After I had time to calm down at the apartment, and she came crawling back, I confronted her and demanded the truth. She looked down at the ground and stayed silent, mustering the courage to stop being a lying coward for once. She cheated because she wasn't in love with me anymore. She fell out of love with me a year ago due to her needs not being met, but never told me this and pretended nothing was wrong, that she had been cheating on me with him in secret for 4 months, including around the time we had our anniversary. She is in love with him and wants to start a family/serious relationship with him, and that he is falling for her. She also was still seeing him, but didn't want to break up with me until after Christmas. So basically I was still paying the rent of some girl who didn't love me for an entire year, and once she was done with me after Christmas, she would move on to her secret man after she was done using me. Were the happy and good times we were experiencing together that whole year a lie? Why would she lie? How many of her kisses were fake? Her hugs, her cute demands for affection, our laughter, our sex, us holding each other in bed and being happy we weren't spending it alone, how much of it was all a farce to keep me there helping her with bills? Hearing this all at once broke me. It broke me so bad she started crying too. In her mind she believed I would never find out her secret plot to replace me with a rebound, but I did. She had no idea how to handle this confrontation. She buckled and apologized profusely, wishing she never did this to me. But the damage was already done. She gave in to lust and had an affair. She fell in love with a man who doesn't even spend enough time with her. She is smitten by someone who was just using her for sex, but convinced her that they were going to start a family together. She is, as my supportive best friend told me, a fucking retard. She threw away our relationship for a fantasy the other man crafted, and now she was trying to rationalize her decisions. Telling me she fell out of love for me a long time ago. That everything that I lacked, he had. He bragged about his money and his house, and she got sucked in. Totally ignoring the fact that he doesn't put any effort into regularly being with her, and is seeing other girls too. They're not exclusive at all. It's too late though. She already cheated. She already lied. She already got caught trying to use me and then dumped me at the end of the year. So I ended it with her. And every day since then has been a catastrophic storm of self-hatred, fighting my desires for revenge, suicidal thoughts, resisting the urge to try and make it up to her, and breaking my addiction to her. Thankfully, a mutual friend I told realized how badly I was hurting, and told me that staying the same apartment with my ex only opens the wounds even more. That staying there won't fix anything, and it actually just prolongs our suffering. I wanted to get in the way of her and her secret man, to stay there and try to rekindle something, but we couldn't be the same. The truth was there, and our friendly, loving activities have been permanently poisoned. I can't cuddle a girl who doesn't love me. I can't kiss a girl who gave oral to another man. I can't say I love you, have a good day to her anymore. I had hatred and vengeance boiling in my blood and festering into my every memory. So I packed up all my stuff without telling her, and had her drop me off at our friend's house. She offered me her Bulbasaur keychain, so I could remember the good times. I rejected it. I told her I don't want anything to remind me of a girl who doesn't love me, and she choked up, walked back to the driver's seat, and drove away. And since then I have never messaged her, never reached out to her, and am making a deliberate effort to never look up her social media accounts. My friend still talks to her, and tells me that she is falling apart. That me not being around the house is fucking with her. That thinking about all of our good memories hurts her, and that her secret man may have all this money, attractive qualities, vehicles, and showers her with validation and compliments that make her wanna fuck him, but everything else I did stopped being fulfilled. The small important things that didn't make her feel alone. The gifts. The reassurance. Going out and eating, enjoying birds at the park, playing with our pet rabbit, drawing cute stuff for her, her secret man does nothing of that. He just calls her up when he's craving her mouth and body, but nothing more than that. Their honeymoon phase is ending, the excitement and joy are wearing off, and the fantasy is falling apart. But my heart is still broken. The relationship is still ruined. She still chose him over me. Even if lust compelled her to think she fell out of love with me a year ago, and that she didn't want to spend the rest of her life with me, she still said it. She can't rationalize something this bad. She should have told me something was wrong if she was that unhappy. I am trying to accept that there's no going back. Trying to remind myself it wasn't my fault. I still catch myself trying to fix this relationship. Trying to go back to her, tell her how much I still love her, and want to do anything to fix what was broken, but that is the absolute opposite of what I should do. She gave up on the relationship 4 months before this. It's her responsibility to apologize for this horrendous act against me and beg for me back. She lied to me and decided to fuck me over in the worst way possible, and it might have come true if it wasn't for the vibes I got. This mysterious sense that told me to pay attention to a very minute detail, which helped me unravel this deceitful scheme, and saved me before I got used for my last cent and was flushed out of the apartment broke and alone. Have you ever gotten a vibe like this? When have you been warned out of the blue that something was seriously wrong with your relationship? Update: my cheating ex is being played, lied to and used by the man she left me for. I mean, it's karma, right? We were struggling in the pandemic this year. He told her everything she wanted to hear, talking about giving her the luxurious life and thinking about going serious with her, using his fitness and looks to keep her chasing. However, the only time they ever meet is to have sex. She only sees him like once or twice a week. She's getting used, and the things she craves, marriage to a wealthy athletic business owner daddy, are not going to come true. But she chose him over me, erroneously thinking she is making the right choice. After our breakup 17 days ago, my friend reaches out to her and found out she regrets her decision and misses me. She won't say it because I told her I hope he was fucking worth it to her face when I found her text messages and let her confess the truth to me. She can't admit that she got played for sex and fucked up a real loving relationship to be some other guy's 3RD/4TH/5TH choice. I feel sorry for her. I also get it, because I also got played by a girl many years ago, who told me everything I wanted to hear, used me, and then tossed me aside. However, my trust is already destroyed. I understand the flaws we had in the relationship, and everything I wasn't doing is what drove her to him. I can't just take her back after all this. I don't hate her or him anymore, but I just wish she wasn't so gullible, stupid, and desperate. She bet all her chips on a future with him instead of me, and ended up losing. Update: why do exes get mad when someone else shows interest in you? You broke up with me. You said you could do better. You replaced me as soon as you could. You showed off how happy you were without me, doing your makeup and tossing your hair. Singing songs by Ash, Beyoncé, and Lizzo every day to work. I didn't chase you, didn't beg for you back or try to make you pick me. I realized it was over and said "fuck it, I'm out." I went away. I did my own thing. I found someone new. Now, all of a sudden you're sending me messages, gossiping about me to your friend and trying to get my attention. If you're not in love with me and are so much happier now that I'm gone, why do you give a shit? Update: hatred and resentment has consumed me. She sent me a text a few days ago, just telling me our tribe is sending a check out, and was asking me if I changed my address so I wouldn't miss it. She said she didn't want to bother me, but just wanted to make sure I knew. I don't know why she thinks I need her telling me this. We follow the same Facebook page. Learned this was her small way of testing the waters, inching closer to me since I spent the last couple months leaving every message. She sent me on read and giving her no opportunity to play ego games with me. I know she doesn't want another relationship, maybe she wants to be friends to alleviate her guilt of lying to me and cheating on me. The latest message reached me in a time of pain and misery though. I'd been boiling over with the amount of hatred and resentment I held for this shit-talking backstabbing traitor. I absolutely could not accept the idea of her hurting me this badly and living happily ever after with someone else. So I let it out. Told her I didn't want her messaging me anymore, calling her a cheating C-word. Also used a very terrible swear word in our native language to refer to her, and told her to fuck off and die, then I blocked her phone number. I thought it would make me feel better, but it made me feel worse. Because I knew this would hurt her a lot, and I envisioned how badly it would affect her. The idea of her crying made me cry too. Telling someone I used to love with all my heart something so vile didn't really benefit me at all. I had relief. She finally knows how much I hate her. I withdrew all sympathy and love for her in every aspect, not just romantic. I won't be there for her in any way. If she loses a loved one, I will never console her. Even our pet rabbit we had together, or her mother or sister. If she is ever sick and bedridden, I won't be at the hospital for her in her last moments, and when she passes away, I'm never going to her funeral. I'll just thank whatever malady brought about her demise, for giving cheaters what she deserved. And I instantly start crying when vile shit like this pops up in my head. The kind of hate I reserve for actually disgusting people I have now directed at someone who I loved for many years. It feels completely wrong, misplaced, inhuman, but I don't know how to deal with the amount of pain I still feel from the cheating of last year. The moment D-Day or the texts pop up in my head, I instantly go into this rage-filled mindset, and all I want is for the world to turn on her and destroy her. It's temporary though, it's so intense and all-consuming, but it never lasts. This hurts the worst, because I still love her. She was there for me in many dark times. Her positivity really brought me out of my doomsday-tinted world, where I was planning on the world ending in nuclear fire. She's an amazing person, but the cheating was unforgivable and truly despicable. It has permanently warped the way I see her and myself. There are days I wish she was dead, and days I wish I could talk to her again. We had so much in common, we knew each other's favorite everything. Food, movies, music, pets, anime, video games, events. I wish none of this ever happened. Sleeping alone doesn't get easier. Neither does seeing memes I wish I could send her. She was a huge part of my life, and I am truly thankful for being able to experience so much with her, but any interaction I have with her at this time always leads to this huge surge of animosity and all-consuming rage. I wish I knew how to overcome it, let go of it so I can become the positive person I used to be before D-Day.